Hi, this is David Morning, and I'm going to be sharing with you strategy number 4, self-assessment and goal setting, but focusing on the selected response and written response tasks, such as tests and quizzes. So first, let's talk about some of the previous strategies, what led us to strategy 4. So the first 3 strategies, focusing on the learning targets, focusing on giving descriptive feedback, and having students practice the self-assessment. So about this strategy, it just teaches students to self-assess and set goals for the next steps. The students are frequently self-assessing themselves, but they're not always doing it in a way that's effective and allowing them to reevaluate their learning. So about this particular strategy, focusing on tests and quizzes, it gives students the ability to dive deeper into thinking about their learning, and this strategy works well with the students focusing on the knowledge and the reasoning of the learning targets. So using some pre-test results, so teachers can prepare charts that show which learning target each item on the test could measure. So you can see an example of the chart over there. And the students use this to identify what they know and what they do not know based on feedback. So here's just another example checklist you can use other than a 1, 2, 3 method. This one's a little bit more descriptive, where it has exceeds, meets, approaching, and below for students to observe and reflect their learning. So this works really well, this strategy, when you get to small group instruction, because now you can start focusing on some specific learning targets based on the pre-test results, and students can kind of pick what they want to learn as well based on self-assessment. So one activity that you could do is a human bar graph with the chart that I showed you, where they can estimate their level of mastery for each learning target as a class, and it just creates an awareness of what will be learned, and it gives the teacher a sense. So you can also do a discrete human bar graph based on the results, where they have a blank piece of paper where they number how many questions were on the test, and they throw it into the middle of a circle, and a random student picks up another random student's paper. So self-assessment during an assignment or quiz or test, this works really well during, so students can ask themselves, how do you know your answer is correct, and why did you choose the answer that you did? And when they get the results from that form of assessment, the students should be taking the test that identifies specific learning targets, but also teachers can create a test blueprint for a quest or test that works as a key for the learning represented by each topic. So when you prepare for this topic, it shows students, you show them the blueprint in the form that will be used, you explain how to use it, and you identify some simple mistakes that could happen before and after. So you can see an example blueprint over here reviewing the results. You hand back the test, you give the students this form, they mark appropriately if the answer was right or wrong, and if it was a fixable mistake or if they still don't get it. Here's just an example one that was already done by a student. When they're taking a literacy test, you can see all the learning targets are listed there, if they got it right or wrong, and if they can fix their mistakes or if they still don't get it. So after they use that blueprint, they analyze the results by asking 3 questions. If they're good at the learning targets, if they're pretty good at them, but what went wrong, and if it went wrong, what do they still need to fix? You can do this in a secondary setting where teachers now have a reflective step-by-step where you can actually give this blueprint to the students during the test, where they have confident and unsure, where they can check off. And when you analyze these results, the students are going to identify their strengths, their highest priorities for studying if they got something wrong, and what do they still need to review. So when you use these action plans and students are done self-assessing, you can meet with students in a small group setting, you can do whole group reviews, you can do study suggestions for those secondary levels, or students can meet outside of school. So just an impact on learning. It gives students clear targets and clear understanding where they are. They have complete control of their responsibility for learning, and they get excited when they see their results and they see how far they've grown. And here are my references using our textbook for the course, and of course Google Images for the different pictures that I've used. Thanks for watching.